Welcome to The Right Question. I'm Daphne Gray Grant. Today I'm talking about how to answer questions about your dissertation. I have an email from Philip Miller, a grad student from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Here's what he's asked. I'm a PhD student in neuroscience, and friends and family keep asking me how my dissertation is going. I can't tell you how much I dread this question. The first problem is that most outsiders don't have a clue about what I do, so it's really hard to explain my work to them. The second problem is that when things are going badly, I honestly don't know what to say. Do you have any advice for me? Thanks for your question, Philip. I've never had to write a dissertation myself, but I can relate to your situation of being asked questions you really don't want to answer. I'm the mother of triplets, and here's a technique that worked for me that might also work for you. When my kids were young, we got a great deal of attention, and the triplet stroller was the source of much of it. As a result, I had a truly unbelievable number of people I didn't know, asked me if I'd taken fertility drugs. Once, when I was in the drugstore to buy diapers, a total stranger screamed the question at me from halfway across the store. I was incredulous. Over the months this happened, I tried a lot of different techniques, but the one that worked the best was to answer a different question. So, they'd ask me if I'd taken fertility drugs, and I'd say, my cousins are also twins. Or, I have to feed them every 2 hours. Or, I'm going to return to work when they're a year old. This worked really well, and when it didn't, and the person said to me, that's not what I was asking, I'd smile, say, I know, and turn away. Basically, some people are just trying to make conversation, and you're under no obligation to respond truthfully to them. Don't try to share the logistics of neuroscience. Just say, it's going really well, thanks, and then ask them a question of your own. Think of it like a game of tennis. They hit a shot to you, and you need to return it. That return is your question to them. When your dissertation is going badly, talk to your advisor and no one else. Other people are likely to give you well-meaning but totally useless and sometimes harmful advice. Instead, use the strategy of the white lie. Tell them it's going well and that you're happy with your progress. That's all most of them want to hear anyway. For those who do continue to persist, however, tell them you have a superstition that talking about your work before you've finished writing it is really bad luck. Many professional writers do feel this way, so you'll be in very good company. Now, Philip, you didn't ask me how to solve some of your writing problems with your dissertation, but let me give you some advice on that subject as well, too. One of the issues I find with many grad students is that they're determined to break new ground, write the best dissertation ever produced, or have their dissertation published as a book. These ambitions are crushing to many students and far more likely to hold you back than to inspire you. Instead of imposing those kinds of demands on yourself, I suggest you focus on finishing your dissertation on time. Your only job is to make it good enough to pass. Once you have your PhD, you can go on to accomplish all sorts of other ambitious tasks. Finally, let me wrap up with a quote from young adult writer Shannon Hale. I'm writing a first draft and reminding myself that I'm simply shoveling sand into a box so that later I can build castles. Philip, writing a dissertation doesn't have to be an overwhelming, soul-sucking job. When it comes right down to it, it's just a paper. Sure, it's longer than most, but still it's just a paper. Don't turn it into a monster that needs to consume you.